How's it going, everyone? This is Abe's Card Collection, back with another Through the Mail Tuesday video. This week we had 10 successes, it hopefully appears, and 2 RTSs. I've been kind of lucky on the RTS side of things. Haven't really gotten much. So, kind of odd that 2 came back on the same day, or on the same week. But figure we should get those out of the way first. Mr. Greg Gagne. Haven't sent to him before, but I've seen a ton of people get him back. So this was RTS back to me. Might not be a good address that I used. Took 39 days to get back to me though, so put that one to the side. Our second one was kind of a shot in the dark. Took 47 days to get back to me, but Mr. Orlando Hernandez, El Duque from the Yankees. So saw someone get a success from him. Figured I'd try that address, and it says there's no such number, unable to forward. So must not have been a good address. Or he just is not accepting anything anymore. But we'll get those out of the way. And now we'll look at these 10 returns. So pretty pumped to see what they are. I'll probably move a little quicker than normal just because I'm not used to getting 10. I'm used to getting 5, 7, something like that. So really pumped to get 10 returns back this week. We're going to start in Phoenix, Arizona though. There is a hard card in here. Usually a good sign. Nice. Bert Campaneris on a 1971 Topps card. How great is that? He is such a great signature. I've gotten him once before, not TTM, but I've picked up an autograph of his before, and it was in ballpoint pen, so I'm really happy this is done in Sharpie. So, but yeah, my first send-off to Mr. Campaneris. I picked this card up at a card show for $1, and he does have a $5 fee if you're going to send to him. This took 37 days to get back to me. He, of course, was a 6-time All-Star, a 3-time World Series champion with those A's 3 years in a row. As part of the A's Hall of Fame, and was a 6-time AL stolen base leader. So at the time, him in the AL and Lou Brock in the NL, those were your stolen base guys. But pretty awesome return from Bert Campaneris. Had over 2,000 hits, too. I'm sure he's gotten some consideration for the Hall of Fame, and I think he's just on the outside looking in. But thank you, Mr. Bert Campaneris. Let's go to San Diego, California, where it is always 73 degrees. Nice that they taped it, too. We got a hard card, and we have Hall of Famer James Lofton. How cool is that? Just saw him on TV the other day during the Packers game, I think it was. Got his rookie card there. And then we got his, what is this, a 1981 Topps card. Should have known that. Was, of course, Joe Montana's rookie year. But James Lofton, over 12,000 receiving yards. Pretty insane. 750 receptions. Played for the, I'm getting him confused. But not really. He had 14,000 receiving yards and 760 receptions. I was selling him a little short. So he played for the Packers all the way to the Eagles in 93. You see him here on this 1979 Topps rookie card. As you see, too, though, he puts the year that he signs it, put his Hall of Fame inscription, and then 2021. So I have he put it here, too. I have a suspicion guys do that whenever you send through the mail, just to see if, hey, they end up on the internet or something like that. He does charge a fee for $10 per, which is, I think that's perfect to send him 2 cards and $20 whenever you can. Of course, I try to space things out every 4 months or so, at the very least, typically 6 months. This came back in just 7 days, so super quick return. But he was also an 8-time Pro Bowler, the first player to ever eclipse 14,000 receiving yards. Is in the Packers and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So thank you, Mr. James Lofton. Happy to add these to my collection. He has a great signature, blue ink, writes out every letter. Really appreciative of that. Happy to add this rookie card to the collection along with the 81 Topps. So I typically, whenever I see people get TTM from him, they're always getting this rookie card signed because it's a very affordable card to pick up for a Hall of Fame rookie. So, but again, that came back in just 7 days, $10 per fee, guys. Thank you, Mr. James Lofton. We're going to go to Miami, Florida. Another hard card, and another Football Hall of Famer, Dwight Stephenson. Look at that. Thin blue ink. Hall of Fame inscription. This is his rookie card in the 84 Topps. And I got an 86 Topps here too. So, pretty cool. Same pose. So, let's see here. Of course, Mr. Dwight Stephenson, he went to the University of Alabama. So they were turning out talent even back then. And he was a two-time All-American there. I think he crossed over with Ozzie Newsome at the time. But four-time first-team All-Pro with the Dolphins. Five-time Pro Bowler. NFL 1980s All-Decade Team. If you make the All-Decade Team, typically you make the Hall of Fame. Didn't play very long, just from 1980 to 1987. Also won 2 national championships at Alabama. So, again, pretty amazing college and NFL career. Really happy to add this rookie card to the collection. And this 86 Topps. They both look really good. So, I didn't recognize until just now that they were the same photo, or until I opened these. So, pretty cool. Picked both of these up at a card show, I think, for $1 each. Worth it to send to him and his foundation. I think it was $5 per, but I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet, which is moving a little slow today. Of course, it moves slow, and we have a bunch of returns. It took just 9 days, and it's $5 a card. So, definitely worth it for a Hall of Famer. Thank you, Mr. Dwight Stephenson. Let's move on to return number 4, Baltimore, Maryland. This does not have a card that I can feel. Let's see here. Expand it out. We got a handful of cards. And we have Larry Bigby. 2006 Topps, 2005 Turkey Red, and then a Bowie Bay Sox card. So I saw him play for the Bowie Bay Sox back in like 2000 and 2001. Picked up a team, set when I was a kid there. And then shortly after that, I saw him in Baltimore, like as a September call-up. So he was always kind of like he was their left fielder for a few years. People always thought his bat would come around, and it never totally did, but he was a big, I remember him at the Bay Sox. I remember him with the Orioles. It was always great. I got his autograph, in person a few times. Really, really nice guy. He was a first-round pick of the Orioles in 1999. They traded him off to the Cardinals, I believe. No, they traded him off to the Rockies, and then they traded him to the Cardinals. So I kind of like this card here because you see in the background it has the Orioles. So he was batting with the Orioles. They airbrushed the Orioles logo with the Rockies, but then he was traded to the Cardinals. So you have the Rockies, the Cardinals, and the Orioles all in the same card. And these are the 3 teams he played for in the majors. He then went over to Japan after his career for a couple seasons to play too, but really like that card. Of course, they're going to feature this Turkey Red card. When I was a kid and I pulled it, I was really excited because I was a big Bigby fan at the time. Big Bigby fan. There we go. And this looks really cool. So, thank you, Mr. Larry Bigby. Currently living outside of Baltimore. So, of course, we get that, return from Baltimore. But really happy to add that one to the collection. There's no fee, and it took 16 days. So, 3-3 success. We're going to go to Grand Junction, Colorado now. Not too many turns come out of Colorado. But we have Bobby Janks. I got him like 15 or so years ago on an 8x10 TTM. That was the last time I sent to him. But we have him on his Bowman. I don't think it's his first Bowman, but I haven't seen any that are earlier than this, so this could be like kind of a rookie card, some might say. We have him here on a Topps card. 2010, I want to say it is. 2010, yeah, and then in 2007, Allen and Ginter. These came back in just 17 days. He is the pitching coach for the Colorado Rockies minor league, Grand Junction Rockies minor league team. So, sent those off there. Again, really quick return. Let's see, though. But he was a great pitcher for the White Sox. He was a 2-time All-Star. Have him here on the Angels, but they traded him over. They always trade their pitching, the Angels. But he was a part of their World Series team. Threw really, really, really hard. Again, 2-time All-Star. His career kind of ended, unfortunately. He went to the Red Sox. But before that, there was kind of some arm issues and stuff like that, and some talk about how it should be rehabbed and things he didn't agree with, and then he went along with it, and then I think he kind of cites that as how his pitching career kind of got a little bit derailed, but still had a ton of success over the course of like 2005 to 2010 in the majors, all with the White Sox, of course, and then a year or two later with the Red Sox where he didn't have as much success, but pretty cool return. Thank you, Mr. Bobby Janks. Always remember him from the 2005 White Sox. Going to St. Louis, Missouri next. Got a hard card. And there's a card in here, I think. Oh, cool. Aeneas Williams on the rookie card. I just got this not that long ago at a card show for $1. How cool is that? I haven't gotten him in like 16 or 17 years. But he's been a great TTM hammer for a long time. Hall of Famer, of course. Had close to 800 tackles, 55 interceptions in the NFL. Scored 13 touchdowns. He was an 8-time Pro Bowler with the Cardinals and the Rams. Went off to be a 3-time first-team All-Pro. Of course, made the NFL All-Decades team in the 1990s, which typically, again, means you're going to make the Hall of Fame. So, really cool return for Aeneas Williams. I remember when I first started playing Madden, he was always one of those safeties you try to pick up. But this came back in just 12 days. I sent this off without a fee, and maybe 4 or 5 days later, I saw someone say he was charging $5 per. So I'm not totally sure on that. I do think he is a 1 per regardless, but your mileage may vary on how it goes if you send a fee or not. Next time I send him, I'm definitely gonna send a fee, because I was kind of worried I wasn't gonna get this back after seeing that. But really happy to get it. Aeneas Williams rookie card signed. Great addition to the collection. We'll put it right there with the Dwight Stephenson rookie. 2 Hall of Famers there. So we got 3 football Hall of Famers and then 3 really nice baseball returns. Why am I showing the back? We're going to go to North Houston, Texas next. This one's really thick. Cut into there. Alright. We're going to have to cut in, rip this open maybe. I see Asparante. It's got to be Bob Asparante, and he signed this big old letter. Oh, that's cool. That's his Houston Astros Hall of Fame plaque, and he signed it down here. That's really cool. Printed that off. It looks like it's his carpet, too, or something here. So maybe this is, like he took a picture of it, and then he prints it off. That's really cool. I'm going to put that right over here. And then we got some cards signed by Mr. Asparante. Look at this 68 tops. And then a 62 tops. And then his rookie card, the 1960 tops. That looks great with that ink. He was a Brooklyn Dodger, too. I believe for 1 game in 1956. And then he got called back up to the Dodgers in like 1960. Hence this 1960 tops card. Wow, what a great return. Thank you, Mr. Bob Asparante. For those that don't know, he played in the majors. Again, he had 1 game in 1956, and then from 60 to 61, he was with the Dodgers, and then got traded to the Astros, or the Colt 45s they were called back then. Finished things off with the Braves and the Mets, but he was inducted into the Astros Hall of Fame, as you can see there, in 2019. So really, really cool. Big part of their organization. He's actually part of their expansion draft, not traded. So he was a part of the original Houston Astro Colt 45 organization, and he was a Brooklyn Dodger. Really, really great return. Appreciate him sending off this this signed plaque too, picture of his plaque. So thank you, Mr. Bob Asparante. I have not gotten him before, but I have gotten his brother Ken. So both are great TTMers. I highly suggest picking up a card of one of theirs and sending them off because they have great autographs. Look at that. With the blue ink. Writes out, as I said, every letter, which I love. I'm looking at my spreadsheet to see how long this one took. Just 11 days. Again, thank you, Mr. Bob Asparante. 3 returns to go, guys. Thank you for those bearing with me. Portland, Oregon. So I like to ramble on quite a bit. We have a hard card. Oh, sweet. Dan Fouts. How awesome is that on the 84 tops? Then we got 2 turned around. A 77 tops. These 2 I really wanted to get signed. This one had a lot of space, and then I love the colors of the 84 tops. And I sent him a 1987 tops later on in his career. But, man, I think we got to go with the 87 on top right now. Look at that. Another great signature, too. Every letter. So, if you don't know Dan Fouts from his broadcasting career, I'm sure you know him from his football career. Played with the Chargers from 73 to 87. NFL Offensive Player of the Year in 1982. Made 6 Pro Bowls. Led the NFL in passing yards 4 times. Passing touchdowns twice. Was a part of that 1980s all-decade team. Hall of Famer. Tons more to say. Thank you, Mr. Dan Fouts. A really great TTM signer. This is my second return from him in about a year. I think I sent to him back in December. So, and I sent to him a while ago too, and I never got a return on my first attempt. And I realized I put the wrong zip code in. So, always double check those things, guys. But yeah, thank you, Mr. Dan Fouts. 3 for 3. These came back in just, let's see, I think it was just about a week or so. If my spreadsheet can respond, 10 days, guys. Really great return. Our 4th Pro Football Hall of Famer. And now we're going to North Texas, Dallas, Texas. Hard card. Ed Too Tall Jones on the rookie. Nice. Check that out. And we got, interesting, signing that one in black and this one in blue. But we have a 78 tops. And this one didn't turn out as well. There must have been some wax on the card. But that's okay. Really happy that this rookie card turned out phenomenal. Ed Too Tall Jones. It's a great return. He was a little sporadic earlier on. But he started taking donations, I think, for his church. So he is $10 per. So $20 for 2 cards signed. Came back in just 10 days. He, of course, was the first overall draft pick back in the 1970 draft, I believe it was. 6-time Pro Bowler, though. 2-time Super Bowl champion. 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champion. And he was the first overall pick in the 1974 draft. My head is spacing after all these returns, guys. Forgive me. But he had 57.5 career sacks, 19 fumble recoveries. He was an All-American in college. He had an interesting career because he, in the middle of it, he decided to go off and box for a year, I think it was. But, came back. That may have hurt his Hall of Fame chances a little bit. I don't know, breaking up your career like that, you kind of lose out on potential Pro Bowl nod here and there, and people are a little, it's hard to get into the Hall of Fame with just 3 Pro Bowl nods, but people are considering him, so, but check those both out. Really happy to get the rookie card signed. Thank you, Mr. Ed Too Tall Jones. So we're going what? We got 5 football and 4 baseball. Let's see if the last one can even it up for baseball this week. St. Paul, Minnesota. Hard card. Hall of Famer for football. We have 5 football Hall of Famers. Paul Krause. How great is that? Started his career off in Washington, ended it up with these Vikings. I think he still holds the NFL record for career interceptions with 81. Of course, inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1998. He was an 8-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team All-Pro. Is in the Vikings Ring of Honor and the 50 Greatest Vikings. Made their 25th and their 40th anniversary team and all the like. Played with them from 68 to 79 and the Washington football team from 64 to 67. His rookie card's really hard to get. So, at least it has been for me. It's a Philadelphia rookie card, but I'm hoping to pick up one of those at some point. He is I think he's a pretty quick return. At least I've seen for others, he's been pretty quick. Mine took 75 days to get this back. He does charge $5 per, which is very, very reasonable for a Hall of Famer. And that ends it, guys. So 10 returns. A lot of football Hall of Famers. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 football Hall of Famers. Football great in Ed Too Tall Jones and 4 really good baseball returns. So I appreciate everybody watching. We just hit the 20-minute mark, so I really appreciate it if you made it to the end. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, and hope your mailboxes are full too. Thanks. Bye.